Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Trade Ideas live trading room for Thursday, March the 18th. My name is Barry Anderson. Thank you, William. Thank you, William. So, guys, if you were in the room yesterday, you know that I was talking about TKAT, and I was wondering what it was going to do in the after hours. It actually didn't do what I thought it would do, but I had been trading that OCG. And I kept a piece of it, and I added this morning. And man, oh man, maybe you can hear the excitement in my voice. I mean, this is just rocking. My average is about 925 on the OCG, and the TKAT is just exploding now too. So, you know, we're in a new world here with these NFTs. Interesting that the CLPS has not followed suit yet. This was one that was kind of being tugged along. Also, let's see what the IMTE is doing. The IMTE is not following suit, so it's really just the two right now, the TKAT and the OCG. So, wow. I mean, it's just an amazing, for me anyway. I mean, I don't know if the rest of you, when you were following me yesterday or listening to me talking about the TKAT, again, I just have to reiterate, I did not take this after hours. I was a little surprised. I thought maybe it would explode a little bit, and it didn't. But I say I had a piece of the OCG. I was bound and determined to hold this. Again, you know, look at the OCG when it had its IPO. This is what attracted me, of course, to it. It hit at $26. I'm not saying it's going to do that, but you know, this is exactly why I took this one as opposed to the TKAT yesterday. So, man, oh man. That's a bit of a rush, guys. Definitely a bit of a rush. And the TKAT is exploding also. I mean, it's just, we're in a new world here with these NFTs. How long this lasts, I don't know. Now, there are other things happening. Hard for me to focus on anything else, though. I don't really have a lot on the watch list this morning because I was really focusing on the OCG. But there are other things. So let's take a look. BHTG. BHTG is starting to move down. Well, I just explained. My average is about 925 for the OCG. I had some from yesterday, and I took some this morning. Excuse me, just a minute. Not a good idea talking and drinking at the same time. Okay. So there's BHTG. Let's see if there's any news on this. New purchase order from Carnival. That is their headline news this morning. BHTG. Or have I got the wrong symbol? No, it's BHTG. BHTG. Yep. TBIO. This is getting thumped this morning. TBIO. Negative data, and look at this, down 27%. The perils of the bios, guys. So there it was, $25. No inkling this was going to happen. They released the negative news, after hours yesterday, and it is continuing down this morning. TBIO. EVOL, EVOL, this is a small one. It is an earnings play. EVOL, an earnings play. It's kind of holding. Spiked up after hours yesterday to $5. So it's kind of holding. It's a low float, 11 million in the float. Lots of room, guys. A lot of room. Look at that monthly chart. AYTU. Is it still holding the pre-market? Not bad. Not bad. It's 1139, 1080, 1139 or 1140 was the pre-market, were the pre-market highs. There is a 200-day moving average at 1060, so it's just hovering above it right now. See if I can see any news on it. I don't see any specific news on it. JG, a little one. This is an earnings play. JG, earnings play. China stock. Yeah, this is not really holding. Got up to $8, almost $8 in the pre-market. These two spikes, and it is pulling back somewhat. Well, listen, if it can hold over, say it gets over 7 again, I mean, it's got some room, JG. Laser is an earnings play. Yes, I have this on my list. Laser, L-A-Z-R, is an earnings play. And it is, yeah, it's interesting. I mean, above this area right here. So you look left on that daily chart, $34 is the next high is looking left. So this does have some room to run. Decent volume already. It's interesting because well, according to us, it released earnings after hours yesterday. No reaction at all. You see if that is correct. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we don't. Yeah, there's no reaction at all. It's almost like I don't know. Maybe they actually released this morning. I don't know. Woof. Say for the animal lovers among us, WOOF. Earnings play, nice little gap up for it. Don't know how much room it's got though. But it is an earnings play, WOOF. Is Zetkin related to these? I was wondering about that. So how about Zetkin and JFIN? Because they were both ripping higher yesterday also. Not that I want you to short, of course, but at least there were shorts available earlier this morning for OCG at Interactive Brokers. There were I think about 60,000, but there are none now. They've all been snapped up, and I hope nobody shorts. UPST. Here's a more expensive one. This is an earnings play. I think this is a nice big gap up. Yeah, look at this gap up for this one, UPST. For those of you wanting to play something a little more expensive, big. Look at this, 40%. 40%. And the ZKIN is also ringing in my ears. Text to voice. I'm hearing ZKIN. So yeah, I mean, if this is an NFT, somebody mentioned it was part of this little our new sector now, the NFT sector. I jokingly said to the guys at Trade Ideas that we should have a new channel now, the NFT channel. I jokingly said that, but maybe it's not a joke. And Sino is gapping up. Now I thought Sino turned themselves into, whoops, is that not loading? Okay, let's just do a reset here. There we go. Now I thought they turned themselves into a crypto play a while back. I mean, it says shipping, but I thought or was there another one that had shipping in its name that said they're going to do crypto? You're right. Okay, thank you, Martin. I thought I was right. Excuse me. Oh, there we go. A highly secure NFT exchange. I'm telling you guys, these are going to come out of the woodwork. So this is now an NFT play. All right, sorry about that. I'm just conversing with somebody in our internal tech support. NEOS is another one that, and EOS is another one that had gapped up, and it's actually holding. It's actually holding, and trying to see if there's any specific news on it. I don't see any specific news on it for NEOS. So by the way, I have taken some of my OCG out at around 13. So, but this is what I used to call my wild hair. And just in case this does, I mean, I'm looking left here. I mean, anything can happen with these now. So, but in 925, I did take some out at 13. Yeah, so I saw CANF on my watch list, or earlier. I didn't put it on my watch list. Yeah, I think I saw the spikes up here, so I was a little skeptical that it would hold. Wow. Okay, guys. Well, I'm going to do a quick check to see what's happening with the analysts regarding upgrades and downgrades. Not too many upgrades and a few more downgrades. So let me just get them in. All right, those are some of the upgrades, and I'll get the downgrades in now. Bunch of downgrades for TBIO. Of course, a little late. All right, there are some of the upgrades, some of the downgrades from briefing.com this morning. What do I think about AREC? Let's take a look. I don't know. I mean, I know it hit 537 pre-market. It was a down day yesterday, a sell-off. I mean, it was up to 566. It closed down here. I don't know. I mean, it's got a lot to get through, in my opinion. It's not as enticing to me as some of the other ones. The other ones meaning, I just look at the daily chart. I think there's a lot that it has to get through, different areas for it to really start to explode. So JFIN was the other one. So I don't know if JFIN and JKIN, sorry, ZKIN and JFIN, I have no idea if they were related, if they were part of this NFT, or JFIN is part of this NFT surge. Yeah, I guess it didn't not make the briefing.com list this morning for whatever reason, TRGP. Yeah, well, listen, I mean, it's got room. I mean, obviously it's got room. I mean, look left, it's on that monthly chart, $40 is the big area of resistance. So at 34.40, yeah, we'll see what happens. Man, oh man, TKAT. The only thing that surprised me, I know well, for those of you just joining the room now, the only thing that surprised me was that it didn't have a bigger surge after hours yesterday. That's the only thing. I thought, because it closed fairly well up at around 22. I thought maybe after hours it would do this. This is what I was actually thinking. Had it done, if it looked like it was doing that, I was going to get into this one also. But, I just kept my OCG. My OCG really didn't do anything after hours either. But I just thought, you know what? This is so new. This is such a new concept now, this NFT. Or these NFTs, I guess I should call them. Give it one more day, William. Plus, it's a relatively new IPO. So, the IPO was here, so it's not that long ago. When was it? That was January 29th this year. So, look at this. So, I mean. MKGI. I don't know that one. I've seen that one before. Or the Moniker Group. I don't know. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, it's up, down 2%. A little bit of volume, low float. I don't know. Is there any news on it? I don't see any specific news on it. I mean, it's a life. I don't know. Did they change their symbol? It's a pretty low one to be almost near a high lifetime high, a low price one. I really don't know. I don't know anything about this company. I mean, I can read what they do, but I'm not too familiar with them. Had a big day yesterday. Yeah, big day yesterday in terms of the volume. I guess it's just a matter of will it have a follow through day. Okay, so they're turning themselves into a crypto play also. Okay. Well, the problem right now is that you're following the sector. Sector is really got to break out of here. There's the ETF for crypto, and it's got to break out now to get people interested. Short term, anyway. I mean, look at Mara. Mara is down. Riot's down, I'm sure. So, but Sino is up. Sino is up, and it is a crypto play. Actually, sorry. These guys are hilarious. I mean, okay, so back here we turned ourselves. I think it was back here we turned ourselves into a crypto play from a shipper, and now we're going to turn ourselves into an NFT play. And it's a low float, 13.5 in the float. I mean, obviously, this is why the TKAT has only got 6 million in the float. This is why these, the insane moves can happen. And the other one, the OCG, is I think 10 million in the float. Something like 10 million, 10 million in the float. So again, this is why these things can happen. Right around here, right around just under just under that 10 or the 9 level. It was right around here, around that 860 level. And I added this morning. I was watching that TKAT like a hawk. I wanted to see, because, TKAT is crazy to say that it's the leader of the sector. So, as TKAT goes, so will OCG. What do I consider a high float? That's certainly not a high float. I mean, a low float for me is anything under 20 million shares. And then, the lower, when a stock is in play, of course, the better. It's all about supply and demand. So there's your supply. And if the demand is high for whatever reason, right now we're in this, it's funny. Somebody asked me, maybe a month ago, 2 months ago, what's going to be the next sector? And I don't think anybody really heard about NFTs until well, I shouldn't say anybody, but the majority of us had not heard of NFTs until maybe a couple of weeks ago when Beeple sold his art for $66 million. That's when it exploded, I think, more to the mainstream press. So anyway, sector rotation, if we can call now the NFTs a new sector, there it is. Oh, short float percentage. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were just talking the float. What I consider a high one would be probably anything 15 and up. I don't pay too much attention. I mean, you don't have to. Yeah, I think anything 15 and up. I mean, listen, the triple play for me, it's something that is going to go really soar, is a low float, a high short float percentage, and then for whatever reason, some news. Okay, there's your triple play. Because if you have a low float and a high short float percent, and then you get some news, whether you think the news is good or not, then that is what can cause these ones to absolutely explode. All right, guys, just give me a moment, please. Okay, guys, give me a moment. I'll be right back just before the open, okay? All right, guys, I'm now back, and I'm hearing AMC. Now, AMC did have a little bit of news this morning. Of course, it's been in the news a lot, but I think I read something that they expect 98% of their screens to be open. Not full capacity, of course, but I think it's at 98%. Yeah, meanwhile, the SPY, but these are, what we're looking at here are the alpha stocks. They don't care what the SPY is doing, but the SPY is, is down. But again, could turn into my favorite day. A gap down on the SPY, just kind of like yesterday. We had a gap down on the SPY, and then of course we had the news FOMC, and the SPY rallied a lot. All right, guys, we are 20 seconds from the open. So let's have a great trading day, everybody. I'm going to get rid of these two. Again, if you want to follow my watch list up and down, just go to the channel bar. Click on new from our toolbar, go to the channel bar, and here's my watch list down here, okay? Remember, it's a layout, so everything in the channel bar is a layout. Make sure you do save your layout to the cloud first. You can only have one layout loaded at a time. Okay, well, we have a gap up. I'm looking at some of the gap up and goes, gap up and reverse. Of course, it's early. I typically don't trade in the first 15 minutes. Just checking our YouTube feed. I don't see any posts yet. That's not typical. So I just want to make sure. Can you guys hear me in YouTube? Or you don't have to. No, you don't have to be in the YouTube feed, Bruce. Well, it says I'm streaming. So YouTube is down. Interesting. That happened yesterday, it seemed. I don't know why. I did launch it this morning with the streamer, so don't know why. Oops. Just give me a second here. Yeah, I'm just trying to. I just asked one of our tech guys to maybe figure it out why it's not happening. This happened yesterday. I know briefly. I haven't done anything differently, so not a lot I can do on my end. Anyway, let's take a look at what else is happening here. EVOL, guys, EVOL. Look at this explosion right here. This is an earnings play. EVOL. It hit $5 after hours yesterday. And EVOL just got halted on the way up. EVOL got halted on the way up. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to deal with this YouTube situation. Yeah, EVOL got halted on the way up. Yeah, hard enough to trade without having worrying about technical issues. UWMC guys, UWMC. Yeah, look at this. So I had a great day yesterday. Continuation. Look left on that daily chart. Room to maybe about 11. Again, I'm not saying it's going to get there. I'm just checking a chart to see what sort of room it has. Okay, so I see we have a little, would surprise me if they're trying to say they're going to be in NFTs also. I don't know, I'm just making that up. Maybe the DXF. Well, it certainly was a big earnings play this morning, UPST. Yeah, look at this. I mean, it's still a big pop. We're pre-market after hours high, so it's taken out that out. Huge earnings play. Looking left, the next highs are in the weekly chart, way around $100, over $100, 105. And TKAT resumed. YVR, ooh, on the way down. Halted on the way down here, YVR. I'm sorry, it resumed. It was halted earlier and now it has resumed. So guys, this is my plan for the OCG. I'm going to keep a piece of it, just a piece of it in case it does something incredibly crazy. I've sold some more, but just in case it does something incredibly crazy, it's up to you what you do, of course. I'm just telling you what I've done. NEOS is moving higher here also. There goes DXF, guys. If you have their premium service, you know what I'm talking about. DXF, right in my wheelhouse. I love the ones under 20. All right, winner. Again, if you have the premium service, you know exactly what I'm talking about. How you trade it is going to be up to you. But there was the alert at 209. It is 239 right now. Low float. I've already taken some out of this. You know, again, if you're in the room enough, you know I like the ones under $20. I saw the TAOP. I did not take that one from the AI, but the DXF. I love the ones just under $20. It looked good to me. It was over $2. You look left, it had room. So a lot of things going for it. For me. All right, I'm going to, guys, I'm going to put myself on mute. I'm going to try the streaming again for YouTube. I want to see, I'm going to stop and I'm going to start. So I'm going to put myself on mute for a bit.